Ladies and gentlemen, today we're taking a look at a brand new set of earbuds from EarFun. These are the EarFun 3 Pro 3 noise canceling wireless earbuds. When they launch on October the 30th, you're going to be looking at $79.99 for these, but I will have a coupon down below which will drop them down to an extremely low price of $59.99. I've been using them for the last week or so, and I have plenty of thoughts about these guys. Let's start off by taking a look at the box here. Nice holographic look, and I can kind of point out immediately the thing that drew me to these absolutely the most. It's these little wing tips there. I have a real problem with keeping earbuds in my ears, keeping them in there nice and firm. One of my favorite sets of earbuds of all time have got to be the Pixel Buds A series because of their little wingtip, but they don't sound as good as some of the other earbuds. They don't also have active noise cancellation as well as pass-through. Kind of makes them not a set of earbuds I'm going to use. So I saw these and I thought this might be a really nice middle ground, something that's going to stay put, but something that's also going to have some of those other features. And like I said here, we have hybrid active noise cancellation technology, Snapdragon Sound 6 microphones for noise cancellation for call clarity. You're looking at 7.5 hours on a charge plus another 25.5 with the case. There is a gaming low latency mode and multi-point connection between two different devices. Sweat resistant 7mm drivers. This thing seems like it's pretty much ticking all of the boxes. Now the next thing I noticed whenever I actually took it out of the box is how small this case is. Guys, this is awesome. I do want to quickly say that it does of course come with what you expect these things to come with, some extra ear tips as well as a USB-C and actually some different sizes for those wing tips that I was talking about. I've just stuck with the basic ones because they seem to be working just fine for me. But there is some adjustment there if you do need that. Back to the size of these things though. I'm going to show you this next to some other earbuds. How about the Pixel Buds Pros? How about the Sony Link Buds S? How about the OnePlus Buds Pro 2, I think is the name of that. Look at the size difference of all of these buds. I barely had that in frame, I'm sorry. Look at the size of these buds compared to this one. Now yes, it is a little bit on the thick side, but really not any thicker than any of these other ones. But in other dimensions, it is so much smaller. And let me just tell you, as someone who always has a set of keys in their pocket with their earbuds, these things feel so much smaller than any of these other buds. And in fact, I often stick these in that tiny little pocket that has no other use, and they fit in there really, really well. Slide these out of the way. Let's get a look at the buds themselves. I can't say that I love the EarFun thing. I just don't think it's a brand name that like screams professional quality. Like EarFun just sounds weird to me, but whatever. That's a nitpick. Other than that, I think that the buds look really quite nice. And again, that wingtip, the little thing there is nice, and it does a really good job. The best thing I can say about these buds is that they stay in place. You can see there's a little LED there that's going to show you the state if they're charging or not. There's also an application. So let's slide my phone into place here. We'll set these just off to the side and let's open up the EarFun application, which is right here. And you can see some different options here. Of course, you can change between noise canceling, ambient sound, normal mode. There is that game mode, which does seem to work relatively well for me. I do love the fact that you can have a custom equalizer preset. Do whatever you want to do with it, customize it, put it exactly where you want it. And then you have some other sort of signature sounds and preset equalizers. You can really dial this in pretty well, but my favorite thing about this is the fact that you can actually customize the controls. You can have these things set up exactly as you want them. Left bud and right bud, fully customizable. More companies need to be doing this exact thing. If we jump into the settings here, there are a couple of other things. How about mode switching? You can see here there's actually a wind noise cancellation profile that is actually accessible as well. Under audio quality, there are some options there as well. aptX adaptive is turned on, but there is also a stable connection option in case you're having some problems. You can turn that on. I've not had any issues, but it's good to see that there's an option. Dual device connection, really, really simple. You can see I'm paired to my OnePlus Open and my Pixel Fold, and it would be able to switch back and forth between these without having to pair over and over. There is an option to help find the earbuds. Let's say we want to look for the right bud and it is playing a sound that would hopefully be loud enough for you to be able to actually find it. It's actually getting quite loud. So that would probably work pretty well. Overall, just a decent amount of settings for these earbuds. But now let's talk about how they actually sound. In terms of that audio quality, I was honestly really pleasantly surprised. These cheaper earbuds continue to just get better and better. Once I got my equalizer dialed in, I found that these things had pretty punchy bass. It might be a little bit on the mushy side from time to time. I did boost the mids just a little bit because that's just something that I prefer. And it has a relatively crisp and decently punchy sound. The way that I'll put it to you is kind of like this. I would say that for my ears, the best set of earbuds that I still currently own are probably going to be the Samsung Galaxy Buds 2 Pros. If we're going to call them a 10, this is probably something like a 7. It is a step down below that, but not a gargantuan step down. And when you factor in, these things are going to run you $60 right now or $80 from the regular price. And we're talking about comparing them to buds that are $150 and up. When we talk about the OnePlus buds, the Sony Link buds, the Google Pixel Buds Pros, it's really, really quite strong. Comparing these to like the Pixel Buds A series, and these, in my opinion, unequivocally sound better than the Pixel Buds A series, and they are still cheaper than that with ANC, with those wingtips. There's a lot to like here. Probably the weakest aspect of them is going to come down to the noise cancellation and the pass-through mode. Neither one of them work all that well. In fact, I've used some cheaper buds from companies like Soundpeats that probably do both of those things a little bit better. So kind of a weak point there with the ANC and pass-through. They do good enough, but I do still feel like with pass-through, I can't really hear if someone's talking to me that well. And with the ANC, there is a little bit of a pressure feeling that I just don't love either. So that's probably the worst thing about them. But even still, that I would call more mediocre than bad. But there are a lot of things to really like here. I adore the size of these things. And even with this size, they have managed to pack in wireless charging, which is something I was absolutely not expecting to be there. They're just super duper comfortable in your pocket. The touch controls work about as well as any capacitive touch controls normally work, so no real complaints there either. Maybe the worst thing I could say about the touch controls is that sometimes you do them and it's about a second to a second and a half before something happens, so just get used to that because otherwise you may in the beginning be hitting it and then thinking it didn't register and then hitting it again and then you've done something twice. So just kind of understand that they might move a little bit slower than you're expecting, but once you do that, it's not really a big deal and it works fine. And of course, I love the fact that I could fully customize those controls. So they're not like the best of the best earbuds, but what they do pretty well. And those added features and some of these little things like the size of the case really, I think, make them quite compelling. I would say overall, the fit, the finish, they do feel quite premium. They feel well made. You have a decent feature set. You pretty much have all your boxes ticked, even if they're maybe not the best in the world. For the price, they're somewhere between competitive and really good audio quality that's going to please the vast majority of people. And again, I keep saying this, $60 right now. You can't really get too upset with these things anywhere, guys. So that's pretty much what I think about these wireless earbuds. Let's take one more look at that Amazon listing. As you can see, currently says that they are unavailable. That is because I'm filming this before they have actually released. October the 30th is the release date, which should be when you're watching this or after that. So they should now be released. They should be available to be purchased. I'm going to drop an affiliate link down below. If you click that link and purchase something from Amazon after that, I will earn commission off that. So definitely keep that in mind. And I'm also going to put a coupon code down there as well that should get you 25% off, and that should bring that price down to $59.99. Now, of course, if you're watching this way after, that coupon code may no longer be active, so definitely keep that in mind as well. I do want to say thanks to EarFun for sending these earbuds out for me to check out. As usual, no money has changed hands for the production of this review. No early copy, no editorial input was given as well. They are seeing the review at the exact same time as you lovely folk are. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more content just like this, and until next time, stay nerdy.